At first, the IBF was dismissed early on by boxing establishment, being labeled a rebel belt with little prestige. By the early 1980s, the boxing world was fractured. Fans, fighters, and promoters were frustrated with the politics of the existing sanctioning bodies, creating headaches to put on the best events and match the best fighters. The multiple belts for the WBA caused a lot of confusion. The WBC rules sometimes felt arbitrary, and controversies were mounting behind the scenes. Bob Lee, a former WBA official, stepped up with a vision: create an organization that promised transparency, strict enforcement, and a merit-based ranking system. In 1983, the International Boxing Federation, the IBF, was born. At first, the IBF was dismissed early on by boxing establishment, being labeled a rebel belt with little prestige. The first fighter to embrace the IBF's legitimacy was Hall of Famer Larry Holmes, the reigning heavyweight champion. Holmes, known for his precision jab and strategic mastery, relinquished his WBC title to accept IBF recognition after contract disputes with the notorious boxing promoter Don King. The move signaled a turning point in the sports landscape. Suddenly, the IBF could claim legitimacy, and fighters began to take its rankings seriously. In 1984, Holmes defended the IBF belt against James Smith with clinical precision, using his famous jab to control the fight and set up a TKO victory in the 12th round. The bout was the first IBF heavyweight title match and a statement that the belt was a fresh, competitive landscape for the sport. But the organization's reputation would later be tested. In the late 1990s, Bob Lee became involved in a scandal, indicted for accepting bribes from various promoters in exchange for favorable fighter ranks. The revelation shook the boxing world and threatened the IBF's credibility. Fighters, fans, and journalists questioned whether the organization could be trusted. Yet, the IBF survived, implementing reforms that reinforced its commitment to transparency and fairness.